Hi everyone, my name is Pratik and I decided to make this video so that I can address most common questions that students frequently ask me. Okay, so the first thing we'll talk about is how many methods does NDT have? There are total about 10 to 11 methods for NDT and as designed by the American Society for Non-Destructive Testing, ASNT. Okay, they keep changing the number of methods. Sometimes they add one, sometimes they take off one. So currently there are about 11 methods, and we as a training institute train students in all 11 methods for level 1, 2 and 3. We have instructors who are qualified, who are certified by the American Society for Non-Destructive Testing in all 11 methods. And so we offer level 1 and level 2 for all those methods. Okay, but the question is which methods you want to go for, right? Not everyone wants to go for all 11 methods because all 11 methods are almost never used by one single company. So depending on which company you want to work for or which sector, which industry you want to work for, will determine which methods you want to go for. So if you are a beginner, if you don't have any idea, if you're just getting started with NDT, I would suggest you to go for at least 4 to 5 NDT methods. Those are like the basic 4 or 5 methods, which are ultrasonic testing, magnetic particle testing, liquid penetrant testing, radiographic testing, and visual testing. Okay, so once you get these 5 methods, then you can decide which other methods you want to go for. Maybe you want to go for eddy current testing. Maybe you want to go for infrared thermography. If you're working in aerospace, you'll typically go for infrared thermography or eddy current testing. If you're working in nuclear industry, you might go for neutron radiography. So, or if you're working in refineries, oil and gas, you might want to go for advanced NDT, which is the phased array ultrasonics testing and time of flight diffraction testing. So we have faculties who train on advanced NDT methods as well. But to get to advanced NDT method, you first have to clear your basic ultrasonic testing method. Then you can go for the advanced NDT method. Okay, so depending on which sector you want to work into, we can suggest you which methods you should go for. We also have a QA/QC program, which is a quality assurance quality control. Typically, we recommend it to students who have a diploma or a bachelor's engineering degree. The very basic qualification for NDT methods is typically 10th pass. If you're a 10th pass or higher, you are eligible to study for NDT and get certified. But if you're an engineer, we would recommend you to go for like 5 or 6 methods of NDT plus QA/QC program. Let's talk about the structure of the class. So our classes are comprised of theory and practicals both. Especially we focus on practicals because in NDT industry it is very important for you to know how to do something. Okay, and the best way to learn something new is by doing practicals, and so most of our classes actually start with practicals. So first, once you learn how to do perform an inspection, then theory becomes piece of cake. Theory becomes very easy. So we have lots of plates, pipes, flow samples you can practice on. Our courses, once the course is finished, you can always come back. If you feel like you need more practice, you can always come back and practice more on the plate samples, on the flow samples. And finally, at the conclusion of our classes is the exam. So we have general exam, which is your general technical questions. Then we have specific exam, which is the open book, specific to a document, okay, like a procedure for a company. And then we have practicals. So you have to pass all 3 in order to get the final certificate. Once you finish the course, your certificate will be handed over to you in the next 2 weeks after you finish your classes, and we can either send it by post to your address or you can come in and collect from us. The validity of these certificates is 5 years. We are working with the latest edition of SNTTC 1A, which is the American Society for Non-Destructive Testing document that has the guidelines for training, and we follow the latest edition. Every 4 years they renew it. Okay, and based on that, our certificates are valid for 5 years. our certificates are globally recognized. So with our certificates, you can work anywhere in the world. We are qualifying and certifying you according to the SNTTC 1A latest edition from the ASNT. Once the 5-year period is over, once your validity of the certificate is over, actually like about 3 months before the certificate expires, you need to contact us and submit your documents of work experience. So if you worked in that particular method for the past 3 years or 5 years, then you can recertify for the methods and revalidate your certificate. If you fail to recertify before it expires, you will have to re-examine yourself as a new candidate. So you have to reappear for the exams, the general, specific and practical, pass them, and then you get another certificate for the next 5 years. Once you finish level 1 and level 2, then you can plan to go for your level 3s if you want, or you can go for APIs, which is the American Petroleum Institute method. So we can talk about that in details when we personally meet, and we'll figure out a nice career path for you in NDT. But this is the basic where you get to get you started in this career. Once you finish your classes, practicals, exams, once you get your certificates, then comes the most important thing, which is the job search, right? So in job search, we will make your resumes. We will prepare resumes. If you don't have it, we'll make one for you. If you have it, we'll sit and edit together so that it becomes specifically for non-destructive testing. We'll scan your certificates, make one single PDF and start applying to different companies. We know a lot of people in different companies, so if they have job openings, we will send your resume directly to them. We also have a huge network of students who have already graduated and are currently working in the field, and we have a group on Facebook where we all stay connected. So new students can get connected to the old students and they can talk how they got started, where can they apply, what is the current situation in the industry. The best way to know is to talk to our ex-graduates. Also, if you're looking to get into advanced NDT, which is the phased array ultrasonic testing and time of flight diffraction testing, we have a really great program for that. You will be trained by the best instructors in the industry and given a lot of hands-on practicals. We have tie-up with certain companies where you will get internships for your advanced NDT. So make sure you ask questions about advanced NDT method, because that has a lot of demand currently in the industry. And once you finish your basic 4 methods, 5 methods, typically it would be advisable for you to go for the advanced NDT methods. And once again, depending on which industry you want to work into, we can help you with that. Okay, so make sure you call us and ask questions. We'll be more than happy to help you if I have not answered any specific questions here. If you have any other specific questions, do give us a call, and we will, or send me an email, and I will put the details in this video, and we'll go from there. Thank you.